Hello! So we've got a little practice for you today to have a bit of a wind down. Maybe you've had a busy day, been running around, it's been a bit hectic. So this is a great practice to get some of that energy moving out, because sometimes we can have a really busy day and be going here, there and everywhere, but still not actually move our bodies all that much. So we'll do a little bit of moving and getting the energy moving in a nice and positive way, which will help you wind down as we come down to finish on the mat. But we will start by standing up to get that energy moving. So standing with your feet hip distance apart in Tadasana. Standing up nice and tall. Taking a moment to really tune into the body. So lowering the gaze or closing the eyes. Think about bringing the shoulders down and back. Think about that line of energy all the way from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. And just check in with the body. Notice if there are any areas of tension. Notice if you're a bit fidgety, if you're struggling to stand still here. Notice if the mind is a bit fidgety. It's very normal, particularly as we get into a yoga practice, to have that little monkey mind going, saying, what am I going to have for tea? How long am I going to be here? What poses am I going to do? It's okay. Notice all those thoughts. Notice that monkey mind. Just acknowledge it. Don't try and shut it off. Don't try and do anything. Just notice, be the witness. Notice the breath. No judgment or expectation, but just notice how that breath is moving through the body. That might give you a good indicator of where you're at the moment. Fab. So with your next inhale, we're going to take the arms out and up. And with an exhale, turn the palms to face out, stretch into the space around. And again, we'll inhale, take those arms out and up. Deep breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, turn the palms out and sigh that breath out through the mouth. Fantastic. Once more. Inhale. Sigh that breath out. Imagine any stresses or tensions going out with that breath. Fab. We'll inhale, take the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms face out. And with an exhale, we'll bend to the right. I will mirror you. Inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center. Once more, over to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center. Fab. Hands to prayer. Exhale, draw those hands down to prayer in front of the heart. Go on, let's just take one more breath. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh that breath out. Feel the shoulders dropping down. Feel the body relaxing. Feel the mind calming. Release the hands. So we're going to take the feet out a little bit wider. Just a little bit wider than hip distance. Hands nice and heavy. And just starting with a gentle twist. So letting the hands flop from side to side as you twist. You can start to make it a bit bigger by bending into the knees. So don't force the movement, just let it happen gradually. If you feel okay, the gaze can go with the twist. if you feel dizzy at any point, then keep that gaze straight ahead. So you can keep the body moving, but keep the gaze straight ahead, maybe finding a drishti, a focus point. So you just find what feels best for you. So we can start to make that a bit bigger by lifting the heels. Maybe you're finding you want to step the feet out a little bit wider as you lift the heels. Just listen to your own body, find what feels best. My mat always likes to rock up whilst I do this. Oh well. Bringing the arms a little bit higher. So that movement is becoming a bit bigger. Make sure you've got enough space around you so you're not hitting anything, knocking any ornaments over. So the arms are coming up all the way up to shoulder height. Again, if you feel dizzy, either keep the gaze straight ahead or slow the movement down a bit. Then we're going to bring the arms up so they're all the way up above the head. I like to call this one the Muppet twist because I feel like Kermit the Frog. Fantastic. Bringing the hands down towards shoulder height. And you can take the breath with this one as well. So sighing that breath out as you twist. Great. Bringing the arms down towards waist height. Great, and starting to let that movement slow down. So nice and gradually until it comes to a natural end. And once it comes to that natural end, try and close the eyes. Maybe heel toe the feet in a little. And just notice how you feel. Notice the energy moving through the body. And this move is a little bit like if anybody has a dog or a cat, you'll notice that when they get out of different situations, they have a good shake. They shake everything off, just like the Taylor Swift song, and then they settle. So that move is a little bit like us doing a little shake, getting all that energy moving, working through that fight or flight mechanism so that our body can settle into itself again. Fantastic. So when you're ready, opening the eyes, and we're going to turn to face the short edge of the mat, standing with our feet hip distance apart. We're going to step back as if we're on tram lines, so stepping back with the left foot. So you're keeping that gap between the feet. If you've stepped back and you found you've ended up all on one straight line, then bring that foot back out again. So you still want those feet hip distance apart. We're going to go into Warrior One. So back toes turned out around 45 degrees. We're bending into the front knee. Now once you've got here, you might find you need to have stepped back a little bit further. So take that foot back a little bit further, or maybe you stepped back quite far and you're finding that when you bend into the knee, it's not going too far, so step the foot back in a little bit. Have a good wriggle around. Find the best stance for you. So we're trying to have the hips facing towards the front, but don't force it, don't pull it. Just keep thinking about easing those hips towards the front. Maybe turn that back foot in a little bit if you're finding it difficult to bring the hips towards front. Lovely. You may also find once you've arrived here that you're tilting the pelvis, sending the belly out. So try and tuck the tailbone, draw the belly in. So you're lifting up through that upper body. Keep bending into that right knee. And if that feels okay, take the arms out and up. Palms facing shoulders down. Warrior One. So really use the back foot. Try and press through that back heel as you're bending into the front knee. Lovely. Turn the palms to face out. Stretch into the space around. Bringing the hands together behind you, interlacing the fingers. Draw the shoulder blades together. So reach the hands down towards the mat as you lift the heart up towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale. hinging forward, lifting the hands up away from the body, so coming into a humble warrior. So try and keep the gaze straight ahead, so you're not dropping the gaze down towards the mat. Keep looking straight ahead, but try not to lift the gaze so you're getting a little crease in the back of the neck. Think about keeping that neck nice and long. Maybe some of you want to fold a little bit further. Keep lifting the hands up away from the body. Just find the variation that works for you. We'll take one more breath here. Fab. Inhale, draw yourself all the way back up. Release those hands and step forward. Lovely work. So, realign yourself, feet hip distance apart, and then we're going to step back with our right foot. So, nice big step back, wriggle the feet around. So maybe when you've watched yoga videos before, you found that people step back and they're perfectly in the right position and off they go and it looks lovely and elegant. Well, in reality, everybody, no matter how long they've been practicing yoga, ends up having a good wriggle around, because on different days, different muscles are tight, or we just feel like being in the pose a little bit deeper or not quite so far. So it's good to have a little wriggle around. Never feel like your feet are cemented where you place them down. You can move as much as you need to. So again, hips facing towards the front of the mat. Tuck that tailbone, try and lift up through the upper body as you bend into that left knee. Taking the arms out and up, palms facing, shoulders down. Warrior one, feeling nice and strong. Lovely. Turn the palms face out, stretch into the space around. Interlace the fingers, reach the hands down towards the mat as you lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Lovely. With an exhale, we're hinging forward, lifting the hands away from the body. So remember, just come as far as you want to. So maybe that's gazing towards the front of the mat. Maybe that's folding a little bit further, bringing the belly towards the top of that left leg. Or maybe it's coming really far down and bringing that shoulder onto the left leg. Wherever this pose feels best for you today. Fab, we'll take one more breath. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Release the hands and step in forward. Fantastic. Just going to adjust my mat. It's gone all wonky again. It's determined not to stay where I put it. Lovely. So, standing with feet hip distance apart, we're going to inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, folding forward. So bend the knees as much as you need to. Pop the hands down onto the mat, and we're going to step straight back to downward facing dog. Lovely. Give the heels a bit of a walk. Shake the head, nod the head. Maybe we bend both knees, send the belly back towards the thighs. Thinking about bringing the shoulder blades down the back. So it's quite natural to have ended up with the shoulders right up near the ears. Think about drawing those shoulder blades down the back. Find space in the neck. And then sending the heels back towards the mat. Maybe they don't go all the way, that's okay. Down dog is not about getting those heels down. Lovely. So with an inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward. So however is best for you. Maybe you walk it forward, maybe you take one big step, maybe you help it forward with the hand. Find the best way for you. Back knee's going to come down, top of back foot down. You can always pop padding underneath that back knee. So we're coming into our lunge. Again, adjust as much as you need to. So wriggle the back knee back, wriggle the front foot forward. Try and find some length through that upper body. Sinking the hips down towards the mat. Lovely. We're going to bring the right hand to the inside of that right foot. Left hand down next to it, coming onto the palms if you can. You can always use a block or some bricks here if you can't reach the mat, so giving yourself a bit of extra space, or you can be up on your fingertips still. I encourage you, even if you know that you can get deeper into the pose, let's just take a bit of time here, taking a few breaths. Again, if you've been running around all day and it's been busy and hectic, there's maybe that propensity to just throw yourself straight into things because you're still working in that kind of go, go, go mindset. So when we step onto the mat, maybe we want to start drawing that back, dialing it back. And instead of throwing ourselves straight into the pose that we know, the stretch that we know that we can get into, maybe we bring it back a little bit, take some time, using that journey into the pose rather than just getting to the end result. Great, so maybe for some of you, you want to come down towards the elbows. Maybe some of you are here already. All's good. Coming towards lizard pose. So stay up on the hands if that's best for you. You can let the head be nice and heavy. Doesn't have to be doing anything in particular. But try not to hold tension in the neck. So we'll take one more breath here. And bring yourself back up onto the hands. Bring those hands to frame that right foot again. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And step back to downward facing dog. Just drop one knee into the center line and then the other. Giving the hips a bit of an ease out. Fab. And then when you're ready, we're going to step the left foot forward. So, however is best for you. Again, wriggle it forward and use the hand to help it forward. Adjust as much as you need to. So find that lunge, let the hips sink towards the mat. Try and find some length through that spine first. Again, it's about that journey into the pose rather than the finished article. So that's not just a platitude in yoga. It's if we think of it from an anatomy and physiology point of view, it's the way that we train our body to really learn poses and to really work in the way that we want them to. So if we just throw ourselves straight into a pose, our muscles aren't given time to react well. So our muscles have that fight or flight mechanism. And if we just hop straight into a pose that we know we can do, we're sometimes shocking them and then not getting the best out of them. So if we slow it down, if we ease into the pose, the muscles will maybe stretch a little bit further, maybe stretch in a slightly more healthy way. You'll be getting into the belly of the muscle rather than just to the ends of it. So, you know, there's good reason to slow it all down. We will bring the left hand to the inside of that left foot, either on blocks, fingertips or bringing the palms down onto the mat. Anyone who's practiced yoga with me in person knows that I like slowing the poses down. I like spending time in poses, giving the body a lot of time to get used to them and to ease further into them. It's that yin-yang side of yoga. So there's action and there's inaction, and both are valid. Great. If you want to, again, coming down onto elbows. But if that's not right for you, stay where you are. Maybe the outside elbow comes down a little bit easier than the inside elbow. That's natural. Just try not to lean too far over towards that outside elbow. Great, we'll take one more breath here. Lovely. And bring yourself back up onto the palms. Frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, step back, down dog. Lovely. We'll take one more nice deep breath in, down dog. Fantastic. And then popping the knees down onto the mat, bringing yourself into tabletop position. So maybe you want some extra padding underneath the knees. Popping a blanket underneath the knees or doubling the mat over. We'll have wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, ready for cat-cow. So for cat-cow, our inhale, we're sending the heart forward, dropping the belly towards the mat. With the exhale, round in the back, belly button up towards the spine, trying to find space through the back of the body. So the inhale, coming forward, lifting the heart. Think about drawing the shoulder blades together, sending the heart forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back, belly button to spine. So you can really move with your breath. Don't worry how fast or slow you're going. But notice if you are rushing it. Try and really connect into the spine. So think about where that movement's originating and where it's ending. Imagine it like a ripple effect all the way up the spine. Like your very own Mexican wave. Great, then we'll do just one more. Fantastic. Then coming to a nice neutral spine. Sit back on the heels. Spin the feet around. Coming to Dandasana. So find your sit bones. You can always sit on the edge of a block or a blanket here. That can help depending on the tilt of your pelvis. So some people have a natural anterior tilt or a posterior tilt, and that will depend on how easy or hard you find it to sit up with your legs out in front. So sitting on the edge of a block or a blanket can certainly help here. We'll have a little bend in the knees. With an inhale, we'll take the arms up. With an exhale, reaching towards the feet. So you can always use a strap or a scarf or a sock here. So you can take that strap around the feet and hold on to the strap instead. So whatever you're doing, whether you're holding onto a strap or you're holding onto your feet or your ankles, whatever is best, just think about having a bend in the elbows, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Great, we'll take one more breath here. Lovely. And then bringing yourself back up. Give those shoulders a little roll back. Fantastic. We're going to draw our left foot in. So that left foot is going to rest on the inside of the right thigh. You can always pop padding underneath the left knee to support it. So don't worry if it's all the way up here, that's fine. Just pop a few cushions, blocks, blankets, whatever you want underneath that knee to support it. If it feels like a lot of pressure in the knee and the hip, take the foot a little further away. But once you're here, again, we'll take hold of the strap or a scarf if you need a strap or a scarf, or taking hold of the foot and folding over that right leg. Same as with our seated forward fold that we just did, Paschimottanasana. Try and bring the shoulders down away from the ears, have that bend in the elbows. Find length through the spine. And we'll take one more breath here. Lovely, and then bringing yourself back up. Release that left foot. We'll swap sides. Bringing the right foot in. Again, pop padding underneath that right knee. Support that right knee in any way. Sitting up nice and tall and then reaching for the strap or your foot. And folding over that left leg. And that left leg doesn't have to be straight. You can have a bend in the knee to release the hamstrings a little. Again, don't just throw yourself into the shape that you know you can get into or you think you can get into. Really listen to the body. Yoga isn't about what it looks like from the outside, it's what it feels like from the inside. Lovely. One more breath. And bringing yourself back up. Release that right foot. Lovely. And we're going to finish by having a good bend in the knees, sitting up nice and tall. And then just slide the hands down the legs so you can settle your belly onto the thighs. So have the knees as bent as you need to. So that could mean having a really deep bend in the knees. Maybe you have your heels a bit further away. Again, try not to think about this as how it looks or what the ego is telling you it wants to do. try to just settle your body into a nice comfortable pose where the upper body can relax over the lower body, fully supported by itself. Let the head hang down. And just allowing the breath to flow. Notice the belly rising and falling against the thighs. And whilst we're here, just check in with how you feel. Notice the changes in your mind, your emotions, your breath and your body. Maybe that little chattery monkey mind reappears for a moment. But notice that hopefully now you have more of an ability to come back to the body and the breath instead of that monkey mind taking over. Great, so we're going to take 3 really good breaths here. So a really nice deep breath in through the nose. Then open the mouth and sigh that breath out. Feel the body relaxing over the legs. Deep breath in. And sigh that breath out. And once more, really big breath in. Maybe hold that breath in a moment. And then open the mouth. Sigh that breath out. Lovely. Rolling up through the spine, bringing yourself back up to sitting. Give the shoulders a little wriggle. Bring the feet in. Well, I hope you feel good after that, and it's been a nice wind down after whatever sort of day you have had. Thank you for joining me. Om Shanti.